Vision Forward's In Focus team presents.
Hi, this is Luke Scriven here at Vision Forward, and welcome back to another In Focus Tech Talk. In today's Tech Talk, we're going to be looking at another aspect of computer use as a low vision computer user. So strap in and get ready for that. But just before we do that, please do like the video if you enjoy it. And if you don't, you can give it a dislike. And also, please do subscribe to the channel. We release new videos every Friday, and so you'll definitely want to keep up to date with those. So hit that subscribe button. But that's enough talking for now. Let's go ahead and take a look at our computer. In this lesson, we're going to be focusing on using the computer as a low vision user, and we're going to be looking at the taskbar. Now, even in the previous lesson, which there should be a link to showing in the video now, we looked at the desktop and the start button and the search. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. But today we're going to be looking at the taskbar. Let me zoom in here, and the taskbar should be located at the bottom of our screen. And we can see that there's a number of pictures in the taskbar which are shortcuts to various different things on the computer. So let's start from the left and we'll work our way through. The first one that we see is kind of a white circle, and this one is Cortana. Cortana is a voice assistant built into our computer. It allows us to ask the computer certain things and get a response. So let's click on that to open it up with our left mouse button. And we've opened up our Cortana panel here. It shows us a history of questions that we've asked Cortana. If we want to ask her a question now, there's a microphone button to the bottom right of this window. And if we click on that, then we'll be able to ask Cortana a question. Let's give it a try. What time is it?
It's 3:37 p.m. in Grayslake.
There we go, 3:37 p.m. And let's find out how the weather is. How's the weather?
Right now, it's raining and 38. The forecast shows rain with a high of 43 and a low of 36. Also, there's a lakeshore flood warning in effect until 3 a.m. Sunday.
Oh geez. Okay, so not the best weather here today, but there we go. We can see we can ask her some basic things. We could ask her to find things on our computer or open programs and that type of thing. We actually do have a video specifically on using Cortana, and there should be a link somewhere on this video as you're watching now. So if you're interested in Cortana, you can check that out. So going back to our taskbar, let's shut Cortana for the moment. If we can, here we go. Okay. So the next option we have is called Task View, and that will, if we have multiple programs open, it will show us all of those programs on the screen so that we can click on whichever one we want to use. So let's say that we're multitasking and we have an internet window and a word processor open and various other things. If we click on the Task View, it will allow us to see them all at the same time, which can be useful if we're multitasking. Now next we come to a row of kind of pictures which will allow us to quickly open certain things on our computer, certain programs and locations. The first one is very useful. It's called File Explorer. And if we click on File Explorer, it will open a window which allows us to locate any files on our computer. We'll be looking at this more in depth in another video. But this is what that window looks like. And it shows us kind of recently opened files, recently opened folders, and various things like that. So if we're trying to locate something specific on our computer, we can use File Explorer to find it. Next along, we have something that looks a little like a shopping bag, and this is the Microsoft Store. Now, the store has a number of different things available for us to buy, such as programs, such as games, and that type of thing. We won't go in there at the moment, but just so you're aware, that is there. And next we have some different pictures which are actually for various programs on our computer. Now, these will vary depending on what programs you have on your computer and also what programs you have put into the taskbar. And so we are able ourselves to put programs into the taskbar down here and kind of customize it for how we want it to be. One of the cool things about programs being in the taskbar is we can open them just by clicking on them once with a left click. Last time we were talking about having shortcuts to programs on our desktop with these icons here. And if you have a shortcut, you have to click on it twice to open. but things in the taskbar we only have to click on once. So for example, if I go to this kind of blue circle, this is Microsoft Edge, a web browser. If I click on it once with my left mouse button, it will open. And here it is, opening up here. Let's go ahead and close that. I also have a shortcut to that on my desktop, so I can open it from my desktop instead using the icon if I prefer. But here, because I'm using the shortcut on the desktop, I have to double click with the left button, 1, 2, and that will go ahead and open it. And if I have trouble double clicking, that could be a problem for me. So I might prefer just to have the programs that I like in the taskbar, and then I only have to click on them once to go ahead and open them up. So all of these things across the bottom, these little pictures, these are all different programs. I'm not going to go through them all. And like I say, those will vary depending on what you have personally got in your taskbar. Let's keep on moving along here. So there's a bit of a gap, and then we have a separate area. And this separate area tells us different bits of information about our computer which we might want access to quickly. So first of all, we have this little up pointing arrow, and this is called the notifications overflow area. And this basically gives us extra information that doesn't fit on the taskbar here. For the most part, you don't need to worry about it, but if you have certain programs running in the background, they're running but they're not visible, you might be able to see them inside here and various things like that. Nothing to worry about too much anyway. Then we have some other things down here. We have an icon for something called OneDrive, which we're not going to worry about here. We have a couple of other things. We have something for Windows Update, telling us that we have some updates. That won't always be there, but it will appear if our computer is going to do some updates. Because I'm on a laptop here, I have an indicator letting me know how much battery power my laptop has. And so that's kind of like a picture of a battery, which is, the more it's filled in, the more battery power we have. So that's useful. The next thing we have is an icon for Wi-Fi. And so this lets us know if we're connected to a Wi-Fi network or if we're not. And if we click on that with a left click, it will show us all of the available Wi-Fi networks. Wi-Fi, of course, is our wireless internet. And so with this list of Wi-Fi networks now, we can click on one of those Wi-Fi networks to connect to it if we know what the password is. So that's handy. Next, we have our volume control, definitely handy. And if we click on that, it's a picture of a speaker. And if we click on that, it will show us a sliding bar that allows us to adjust our volume. If we slide the bar to the left, it will decrease the volume. Slide to the right, it will increase the volume. And there's a number to the right of the slider that lets us know what level we have our volume set to. At the moment, mine's on 100, which is as loud as it can go. After that, we have the time and date. And it is worth checking that those are correct for your time zone, because sometimes people have them set incorrectly. And so this one is correct. We have the time and the date on here. And if I click on here, then it will open up the time, and it will also open up our calendar, which is useful. So we can see what dates align with what days. So that's all very handy. And then finally, we have some notifications here. These are little messages that your computer sends you or different programs send you. For the most part, they're not super important, but we can look at them here if we want to. There's a list of notifications. And we also have some other options underneath there. Again, I wouldn't worry too much about those things. The main things to worry about for the taskbar are going to be that you can open programs from there with a single click, which is very handy. You have the Cortana there, so you can play around with asking your computer different questions. And then we have our internet connectivity with our little Wi-Fi symbol, and also we have our volume control.
All right, that's a good time that we had with our computer today, learning some great computer skills, and we will be releasing more of these videos, so stay tuned to the channel. Like I said at the start, if you did like the video, please give it a like. If you didn't like it, then give it a dislike, and please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, and we release new videos every Friday. Now, if you do have questions about anything in this video or any other assistive technology questions, please do get in touch. You can call us at 414-615-0103. You can email infocus@vision-forward.org, and you can visit our website at vision-forward.org. But that's it for today, and hopefully we shall be seeing you in the next video.